Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to do a quick video, hopefully quick, or as quick as I can do it, a quickie, about bullying, because I think it's something that is very prominent in our world and our society today between the means of social media and reality TV shows, and especially now with YouTube and YouTube comments and all of the different situations or outlets people have to be able to bully other people and or be bullied. It is really unfortunate and it is really sad, and it's of course the human nature. Unfortunately, as much good as we can do that much bad. They say for everything good there's something bad, or there's always two sides to everything. Well, unfortunately, the people that go around bullying people usually have some kind of insecurity that lies within themselves that has to give them that upper hand against somebody else, whether it's people trolling people's comments, whether it's reality TV shows, all those housewife franchises that are out nowadays, and they have all of them just attacking one another, or whatever the means in which somebody is being bullied. Most of the time we think about high school or elementary schools or team sports, young kids, adolescent, but now I think the platform has just grown exponentially over the last couple of years. Definitely. But I think that people are getting really almost used to hearing the word bullying and kind of overlooking it and or disregarding it, because people use it so loosely now. When a friend is mad at someone or someone says something that somebody else doesn't like, they've been bullied, and it kind of takes away the importance of that word or the actual detriment that it causes to people that are seriously bullied physically or want to commit suicide because they feel so alone. And that's really kind of what I wanted to focus on, was the fact that it's a real thing, and I think that it's unfortunate that it exists. It's unfortunate that it's everywhere, but I still think that we can't lose sight, just like being racist or prejudice of any kind or judgmental towards one another, using labels and all of that goes in the same bucket, as far as you can't overlook things just because you're getting used to hearing it all the time. There are still a lot of people suffering from it. There's still a lot of people that are doing it. And I think also personally the root of the problem is actually going towards the people that are doing the bullying rather than the people that are being bullied, because it is really hard to pull yourself up once you feel really low. And I've talked about this several times in my videos, and I grew up dealing with this and trying to learn who you are and find your place, especially when people are trying to knock you down, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever the circumstance that you're in. If you're being bullied, it is really hard to pick yourself up. But the people that are bullying people have a serious insecurity, and I apologize for the sound behind me. There's a ton of construction. I've tried to keep waiting for them, but they don't want to stop. But the people that are bullying other people, they have a huge insecurity, or maybe a minor insecurity. I'm not one to say, but there's something that lies within themselves that they're not happy with, that they're then shadowing on the next person and basically making them feel a certain way to make themselves feel better. Because what the definition of bullying is actually when one person uses superior strength or influence to intimidate someone, typically by force, in order to get them to do something that they want. So usually somebody bullies you into doing something. But nowadays, bullying is basically like physically, emotionally, mentally. There's so many different ways where people can bully you, especially like social media. It sucks. People can just go after you, and YouTube and everything else. I think the more transparent and the more out there you are, the more room you give other people to kind of criticize you, judge you. It can get to the point of bullying. I think when people are badgering you or making it their goal to go after you, that's bullying. And my mom said something to me the other day that really bothered me. She had said that she went to the grocery store, and when she came out, there was a kid. He was probably like middle school, 13, 14, and he was out there with a petition to get people's signatures so that their school would ban bullying or something to that effect. I'm not sure, because it was hearsay and she was kind of in a rush going through the store and whatever. But she said that this kid asked her for a signature to ban bullying in their school, and she said, "Kid, get over it. Everyone gets bullied," and walked by. And she's telling me the story, and I was like, Mom, That is so wrong, and that it happens in society. Everyone does get bullied, but that doesn't mean it's okay for everyone to just be like, so what, get over it, buck up, because you never know what that means to that person. Or just because we can bully each other, or I could go after somebody on Twitter or go after their YouTube page and say some trolling comments or be a little disrespectful or mean or have some kind of judgment towards their life, there is still bullying that far exceeds that situation, and it really bothers me that nowadays everyone's like, well, so what, get over it. That's basically like telling someone, get over it, you're homeless, I've been poor too, you shouldn't be homeless. It is really easy to cast judgment on someone else and why they should or shouldn't care or should or shouldn't be in a situation that they're in, but you never know. And that I've talked about this in my suicide video and or my coming out stories, but you never know what people have gone through, and bullying still exists, and it doesn't matter or make it okay if more people are doing it. It does not make it okay. It does not make it okay that people overlook kids that are getting totally picked on, and especially the ones that are getting beaten up. That is like the biggest deal, the biggest problem of people that like can watch people. There was a Facebook post that I saw of some kid or something that posted a video of him beating up some kid or picking out, like his friend videotaped him bullying this kid and like pushing him and like mocking him walking down the hallway, and then he posted it to his Facebook. So he not only thought it was cool enough to videotape him doing this, but to have his friend do it, which his friend was okay videotaping this. This is what I mean. This is a problem. This is an issue. And until people start trying to actually deal with it, instead of either just being like, oh yeah, that's sad, and or, oh, whatever, people just go through it, get over it. I do agree that people need to learn that this is life, and it's uncensored, and people don't get nicer even when you're not in middle school or high school or whatever. Unfortunately, people are still always people, and that a lot of times means jealous, mean, hypocritical, assholes, rude, disrespectful, whatever you want to say. People are. I've done it to people. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've been a gold star my whole life. I've not. I have definitely been mean to people and picked on people when I was younger, and I might have done it in my recent years. But it's usually a defense mechanism where I feel insecure or less superior to someone, and I buck up my own ego to make somebody else feel small. And that is horrible. It is horrible to do to other people, because we're all just people, and it's unfortunate that when people are jealous or just don't like someone or think that something that they wear is ugly or whatever it stems from, because there's a plethora of reasons or things in which cause people to want to bully other people or to be bullied. But it's not your fault if you've been bullied, and the only way to deal with it is to, one, stand up for yourself. I know it's hard, and sometimes you can't, but not in a physical fight. I mean, I still think that you should try to hold your own if you can, but I don't think that fighting's going to resolve anything. But tell people, tell your parents, tell whatever, and if your parents tell you that, oh, whatever, you can get over it, so-and-so's calling you names, not a big deal. It's still a big deal in the sense of you need to keep people accountable. Tell your teacher, tell your principal, tell someone or your friends or whatever. Like, people need to be able to document what goes on and maybe journal it, whatever it is. But I think that it's a process, and you'll never get through it completely. And or if you've bullied someone, the only way to resolve your problem or being mean to others is to really look in the mirror. And unfortunately, I think that actually goes on both sides, is you kind of have to deal with yourself and what you can do to improve yourself so that you either don't get so affected or emotionally shaken by people that are going after you, and or don't attack people that you might feel inferior to for whatever reason, and or you just think it's funny because they have less than you do. It's all a learning process, and karma always comes back, so if you dish it, be prepared to get it back. And that's what I learned when I was young. And I don't know if you watched my coming out story, but when I was younger, I thought it was funny and cool to always cast judgment and be mean and cruel and make fun of people and mock people and write things about them in places so that people would see it. And or sometimes get a little physical with pushing or acting cool or like pantsing people or just acting stupid when I was in middle school. But when I was a freshman in high school, I then got mocked and made fun of and called horrible names, and people would follow me and talk to me, like talk shit to me or start rumors about me or throw rocks at me. And it's really hard on your ego to deal with that kind of situation, and I think that's probably why I dealt with it, was because I gave it out, so eventually I got it back. But it's not to be said that if you're bullied that you brought it upon yourself. I don't think that's true. I think that everybody's life is different, so I really can't say some generalization in this concept, but just know that the only way to deal with it is to know that you are not the things that somebody else is saying. And even if you have not as nice clothes, or you haven't lived the life they have, or someone else has an issue with your life or your sexuality or your race, color, gender, whatever it is, just learn to be proud of who you are. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin. Learn that other people judging you and being cruel to you is not your problem, it's theirs. And or if you are bullying someone or being mean to anyone, know that you are doing that for a reason, and you really need to take a good look in the mirror and realize why you're doing that, and then also do the same damn thing I just said to the people being bullied. Be confident in yourself. Be comfortable in your own skin, because then you don't need to look down on other people, because we all should be on the same level. There shouldn't be levels of you should do this or you shouldn't do that. Lend a hand when people need it. And if you see somebody getting bullied, speak up. Help defend them. It's not cool to stand by just because you don't want to get involved. I think we all need to care for each other and show each other what it's like to have support. You never know what's going on in somebody's personal life. You just never know the path that they have walked, and you just never know. You just never know. I can sum it up there and cut myself off because I'll keep rambling forever. But I just want to do a quick rant about this, even though it's probably still not that quick. But let me know your thoughts on this, and or if I can stem off this or branch off this and make another video. But this is kind of all over the place. I just wanted to talk about it because it really bothered me, and my mom brought that up to me the other day about that. But I think it's true that people are getting overstimulated by the word bullying because it's taken out of context. But it is true that anytime somebody feels superior to someone else and uses that against them of sorts, it can be misconstrued as bullying and or is a form of bullying. But we need to keep our eye on the prize and not feel like just because people get bullied all the time, it's okay. Because that would be like saying if people are racist all the time, it's okay. It's not, right? It's not. Just like being judged for your sexuality, it's not. It doesn't ever make it okay. So 2 wrongs don't make a right, folks. Let's try to help the world and kill it with kindness. Well, let's not kill the world, but I think kindness is the rule that we all need to learn and act on and perform in our day-to-day life. And whenever we can lend a hand to somebody that needs it, and or stand up for someone, and or speak up for someone, let's do it. Let's talk to each other. Let's help each other grow and know that we're not alone. All of us go through something in some form of tragedy and feel like we're pushed down or whatever, and we just want to be scooped up in some capacity and brought up, and a lot of that's on us to do on our own to build ourselves up. But everyone needs a little help. Everyone. It doesn't make us weak. It makes us human. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say for now, and I love your guys' faces. Let me know below what else I could talk about, or if you want to see and whatnot, and maybe I'll put up a video soon. But we're going to New Orleans next week, so holla back. I'm not sure when I'll make another video, but I'll do one eventually. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe to this channel and our daily vlogs, and I'll see you the next time for whatever else pops up on this channel. Peace out, folks. These people were struggling, and people didn't see or hear it or care enough. I don't even want to say care enough, because it just depends on that person and what they were allowing those around them to see or feel.